Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, let's learn how to implement hyperbolic tangent activation function using Python Numpy. So hyperbolic tangent activation function is a function that maps the negative x values to the negative values, that is negative values of y. So let's look into an example. So I have the values of x equals to that ranges from minus values to the plus values. So let's take an example. So x equals to that is minus 10 dot 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 up to minus 5. This is 5 dot 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 up to 0, and then from 0 to let's take 5 dot 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 and here 10. So in case of sigmoid activation function, so in my last video, so this is a sigmoid. So you get the values of y starting from 0. So that is minus 10 is mapped to 0 and 0.25, and this is 0.5, this is 0.75, and this is plus 1. So here the values of sigmoid are mapped from positive for the negative x values. In case of tangent, so let's take a y values, that is y equals to, so this is mapped to minus 1, and this is minus, let's say 0.5, and this is 0, and this is plus 0.5, and this is plus 1. So you can understand the difference, that is this tangent. In case of sigmoid, the values of x are negative. So for negative values, the mapping is of positive in case of sigmoid. In case of tangent, so you can see that the negative values are mapped to negative. So this is the biggest difference in sigmoid and tangent. So let me show you the graph, so that I have plotted with these values for x value and y values, both for tangent and for sigmoid. So you can see that this is the graph where first graph suggests the tangent, hyperbolic tangent activation function, and the next graph is sigmoid. So for hyperbolic tangent, so you can see that the x values tend from minus 10 to plus 10, and y value ranges from minus 2, minus 1 to plus 1. So in case of sigmoid, you can see the y values, that is starts from 0 to plus 1. So this is the biggest difference between hyperbolic and tangent activation function. So let me show you the function and then start implementing the hyperbolic tangent activation function. So here is a function, so where tan h of z equals to sin h of z divided by cos h of z, that is equals to, so exponential raised to the power of positive z minus the exponential raised to the power of minus z, the whole thing divided by exponential raised to plus z plus exponential raised to the minus z. So let's try to implement this function. So let me remove this. So let's try to implement this. For this I need two libraries, that is matplotlib and numpy. So let's import it. Let's import matplotlib. I need pyplot. Let's import as plot, and next I need is numpy. So let's import it. Import numpy as np. So once we import the required libraries, so let's take a variable x equals to, let's take a range, that is the floating point range, so that is array range, that is between minus 10 to plus 10. So let me give the step 0.003. So this is my array range. So if you need to see that, you can also print that and see print x. So so let's calculate the values of y equals to, you can use directly, that is numpy dot tan h of x. So instead of using these directly, so let me calculate the values individually for individual values of x. So for that, let me take the value, that is variable y equals to an empty list. So now in order to calculate the values of y, that is items of y, so let's use for item in x. So I am traversing each and every item of the array, that is x, and then try to calculate the value of exponential, that is temp equals to, I need to use the numpy dot exponential. So let me take that numpy dot exponential of the positive x, that is plus item. Let's give item here, and I need to subtract it with the numpy dot exponential with the minus item, and the whole thing I need to divide it with the value, that is plus. So let me copy this same and let me change it to plus. Yeah, so once we calculate the value of temp, so let's append it to the y. So let's use y dot append, and I have to give temp over here. Yeah, so this is the framing of y, that is a list. So now let me try to plot a graph using the value of x and y. So let me use plot.plot, and let's give x comma y, and again I need to use plot.show in order to display the graph. Yeah, so this is the complete program to implement hyperbolic tangent activation function. So let me run this program and let's see how it works. Running the main program, so it is taking time. Yeah, so this is a graph that we get. So it is a S-shaped curve, and for negative values of x, so you get the negative values of y, and for positive, so you can see that plus 1. So this is the hyperbolic tangent activation function implementation. Let me close this. Let me minimize this. Yeah, so this is the implementation part. That's it in this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. Bye.